Hi Richmond Tweed. This is a short video just to show you how to use your community engagement calendar. The calendar is found in the Richmond Tweed EOS site. So start your web browser of choice. I'm going to use Internet Explorer here, and each person or each unit has their own home page in EOS, and that's where you'll default to. And I'm in Murray region at the moment, so this is where mine's defaulted to. So to find the region site, you come across the bars at the top here, put your mouse over the region, and then come down to Richmond Tweed and left click on that or select the Richmond Tweed region. This is their home page. As you can see, it looks different from the Murray one. And over here on your left side, this is your navigation bar, and you've got community engagement up here, but you've also got community engagement events down here. So for the calendar, you select the community engagement events, and it looks a bit like this. This is what you've currently got on. So this weekend, for example, you've got the Wooden Bong Camp Draft and some triathlon club, and you've got the craft fair at Tweed Heads. So at a glance, you can start to see what's happening around the region just by using the calendar, which is what a calendar's for. But this one does a little bit more. But before we go into it, let's have a look at some of the general aspects of it all. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to my one because I've got more permissions to use my calendar, but it's identical to rather than using Janet's, and that way I can do everything I need to do. So, to have a look at a community engagement calendar, up here you've got a little calendar on the side. So if you just want to jump straight away into the month where you want to plan or to book your community event, you just jump over here. So we're going straight away into August. EOS is playing up as usual, and it's loading the calendar. And sometimes it does take time, so you might as well see that it's not a perfect solution, but this is the way it does work. Now, to get back, I'll leave it in August at the moment, but I can also jump across to the years. So 2015, 2014. So that calendar's handy there. Over here we've got useful links. Now, resource information sheet is something you should print out and keep a copy of. It tells you all the useful bits and bobs that are available to you from region and state headquarters. It's updated fairly frequently, even though this is saying 2013, but it tells you what's in stock and what's out of stock. 2013, 11th of September, I'll get on to Rosanna. Okay, so this is what's available. So keep it handy, and if it says out of stock at the moment, still ask for it, and then I still might be able to get some because I might have some at region, or Janet will have some at region, I should say. To print it out, come up here to File and Print, and keep a copy of it. The other option you have, of course, is to open up in Word and save it on your computer. Fill your birds, do whatever you want to do. Back to the calendar, and it's now the other things we have here is the Community Ed Activity Plan. Don't worry about it for the time being. I don't think Janet will ask you to do that. But you got the SMS, the Safety Management Sheet. Now, see how that asks down the bottom, this little dialog box comes up. Click on Open, and that's so what it's saying is that EOS is asking you permission to go into Word. And here's your SMS sheet, Safety Management Sheet. They should have called it SMS, it's silly. I'm just making it small so you can see the entire sheet. You probably all have copies of this in any case. It's a new look one. I like it a lot. I think it's much better than the old one. But again, if you haven't got a copy, just save a copy on your PC. Coming back. Now, what Janet has done up for you, and I've pinched it off her actually because it's so good, is the templates for risk and hazard assessment. Now, clicking on it, here we come. This is a spreadsheet. So, but what's you've got here is a pre-filled in SMS template for a lot of these different things. Cooking barbecues. Do you still do that? School presentations, etc., etc. And all the hints that you can use are to be put in here. Personally, what I think you should be doing is finding one which is appropriate, putting the information into a new SMS sheet, but then don't diddle on this. Make sure you really do use it properly at the scene. You need to use the SMS sheets as they're designed to be used. Okay, coming into the calendar, as they say, proper. What I'm going to do is put in an event for, what's today? Today's the 1st, I'll go to tomorrow. All I do is put my mouse into the box and a floating button appears. And by that, if I take it out, you can see the word add appears and disappears. I don't know why they did it this way, but this is what we have. Slowly, and I do mean slowly, put your mouse over it, otherwise it might disappear on you. Then click it when you're over the word add. And this is now going to bring up the interface to actually put stuff into the calendar. Alright, here we go. At this stage, it'd be handy to have your safety management sheet ready for you. Of course you've got that ready, but you need to probably go to the site before you do it. Now, have a look on the side down here. You see all these little red stars? That means they're compulsory. You've got to put some information in these boxes. So the title, and I'm going to put just a simple school visit. And we'll make it in, we'll go to Modenville Public School. That'll be Richmond Tweed. Oh, my apologies. What I just did that, I just tabbed from school visit to Modenville down to Richmond Tweed. So when I've finished typing, I just hit tab, or you can do it the old-fashioned way, putting your mouse over it and clicking in it as well. Okay, so all you mouse restricted people, yes, what you can do, or your tab button will do the same thing. With region, you've got a little arrow box, so if you're mouse centric, you can click on that and you can come and select your Richmond Tweed region that way. From there, actually, they're my units that I've got down here, guys. So just to be consistent, I'm going to put Murray region, and I'll make it Albury. Okay, so your units are there as well. But again, if I tab through that and hit the first letter, so I'll hit B now. You can see how the next one comes up. And if I arrow down, I'm using the up and down arrows on the keyboard now. I can go through all the units that are available in the Murray region. Contact person. Right, in there you put the person who's going to be the activity manager, and I'll put myself just so you know who's talking. Contact number, you put yours down, 172850011. I need to practice remembering how to say it. Now the start date. Okay, if it's only, most community engagement events, let's face it, are one-day wonders. Some shows and fates aren't, but if they are, you just don't need to check the start time and end date. You just leave it as it is, and you just start by these drop-down boxes. What time are you actually going to be on site? What time are you going to leave the place? Okay. If it is a multi-day event, this is a calendar. So as you can see, my hand's activated when I go over it. I click on the end date, and I can select, for example, the 5th. That comes up, and that's the way to do it. The other way is to use your mouse, click in there, and actually type the date in. Description. What are we doing? A school visit. Year 10 visit. Year 10 explanation of the SES. Okay. The focus will be, see how again it's compulsory. This is for our reporting bits. Makes your life easy and you don't have to do as much reporting. The focus of the activity, flood safe, yeah, but normally at schools will be who we are and what we do. So when I click on this, you can see all the options that we have. Type of activity. Click on this. So is it a forum, presentation, business breakfast? See all these ones we've got here? So everything we typically do, you'll find. However, if it isn't there, select this button instead and type in what it is. And it could be, I don't know, visit to a local pool, I don't know, I don't care. But if you have a different type of activity which you can't find in this area here, select that one there and type in the activity there. The estimated number of attendees. Now let's face it, this is going to be a guess, but you should have a fair idea of how many people are going to be going. If you're going to go to a fete, for example, they could say, oh, it's pretty popular in this area, we expect, at least 200-300 people. You put that information in there, so we're going to put 300 people there. If you have a budget for the day, you can put it in, but it's not a compulsory thing to do. Now the target. These are the people you're actually trying to engage. Remember that word engage. We're trying to promote the SCS and promote community safety. That's what engagement's about. So if it's a general audience at the school, I click on the box. You've got school kids there. I said year 10 and I have no idea, so I'm going to say 12 to 18 year olds. But let's look at the other ones as well. You've got COLD, culturally and linguistically diverse. Okay, so if you're going to be hitting the people whose English is not their first language, this is where you're going into in here. Indigenous, people with disabilities, if you're going to an aged care centre, hospice, etc., etc. Caravan parks, now there's a good thing to do. They're always on nice flood-prone areas, aren't they? Please select which is relevant for your event. However, if you are going to be targeting a COLD group, say, I think, if I remember right before I left Lismore, we had some Ethiopians come into town. So you could type that in there. So it helps us when we're doing, in the future, when we're actually looking at what type of people we're engaging with in the community, when we want to make up flood safe guides, etc. This gives us a hand and lets us know who we're already talking to. Activity partners, if you're working with the NRMA, council, whoever, tick the box. If it's someone else, you type it in there. Okay, that's basically it for that side of the calendar. Now, remember the resource sheet we had a look at first? This is where you order it. So this is where you put in how many you actually want to do. Okay, so if you need to have, we'll go to the very first thing, Rural Flood Safe Guide. You want to have 100 of these. Okay, just put that in, and then I'll get back to you because this will actually now be sent to me when you complete this, and I'll get in contact with you, and then we'll see how many you actually have on hand and how many you want me to fill, and how many I can get from state headquarters. So you put in your wish list here, and I'll contact you once you put your wish list in, and I'll make things happen for you. But as you can see, it goes straight from that other sheet. So it's bumper stickers, fridge magnets, etc. Now, down the bottom, you have the options of getting other stuff. Now, you've got a community engagement trailer, I believe, at Richmond Tweed. You have a paddy suit up there, last time I looked, and this is where you can order it. Okay, so you just click in with your mouse into this, and type in paddy suit, and you've got a calendar here again for when you're going to pick it up, when you're going to return it, and any notes. So, if there's any relevant notes, I rarely see notes there, but if you want paddy, if you want to book paddy, if you want to book the comment trailer, this is how you do it. Calendar's a calendar. What day are you going to pick it up? Here's your time. Okay, it's pretty easy to do. Okay, up the top here, if you're coming right up the top and look over here, you can, of course we see down the bottom, please attach any documents now, activity plan, OH&S documents. If you do have any of those, the way you do it is by clicking on this button here, which is attaching a file. You already have an electronic copy on your computer. You click on attach a file. You come over here and browse for a file, you click on it, open it, and what it does, it comes up to here, and I select OK. That's actually one of my travel documents, so that'll be interesting reading. Okay, so that's how you attach a file. And now see down the bottoms I have this one down here, and I'm going to delete it and do that again for you. I come up to the top, I click on attach file, I browse for the file, I go to my computer, I find the file I want to do, I click open, I click OK, and that's now attached to this calendar event. Can you see this? Okay. That's now complete. So you click save, and you wait for it. EOS isn't quick. Don't panic, don't click or do anything like that. Just click on it once and give it a chance, okay? Yeah, it's a complicated system and it needs a bit of time. Now, here it is here in the calendar. School visit, I made it over 5 days or 4 days, okay? And now that's in the calendar. And that can be seen at your region level, can be seen at state level. If it's in advance, that will actually now get put onto the SES website, which helps promote it as well. When people go to the Storm Safe or Flood Safe websites. Guys, we really need you to use the community engagement calendar. This is the way it helps us collect all the data. Now, that's how you use it, but after the event, we can actually do the reporting on it. So I've clicked on that link. So we've had the event, we've come back to the office. Now I clicked on the actual link again and we have edit after event reporting. I click on that. Okay, how many hours it took you to plan for it, how many hours it took you on the day to actually do it, how many people you think you talked to, if you have any photos, did you send them to community.engagement@ESES, which we would like you to do, and a little bit of a debrief, what you did well, what we can do differently, and other suggestions. Guys, if you could do that, that would be awesome. It really would be awesome. Once you've typed that in, click save. And folks, that is the community engagement calendar. Please use it, and happy engaging. Cheers.